Hey guys, this is Scott Bowling, and this is another episode of Good Company Podcast. And we are all excited because Clint Lowery's new solo album comes out on Friday. Hopefully, you'll be hearing this on Friday. So I decided to take one of my interviews with Clint that I did was actually in 2018 around New Year's, and we're gonna play that. Clint talks about his new solo album, kind of talks about what direction he wants to go. But before we get to that, we have my good friend, Mr. Paul Hopson, and Paul is the man. And Paul, what's up, brother?
Hey Scott, what's up, brother? Man, it's good to hear from you, man.
You too, man. Yeah, we became, it's kind of crazy how me and you became friends. I mean, it was really because of the show, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
it was, dude. I remember. It's so funny you said I was looking at our messages, and I remember it was like late 2017 when I saw your first interview. I think it was either Clint or Head from Korn, one of those. But I saw both of those, and I was like, man, this dude does pretty cool interviews. I was just like, your interviews just really appealed to me because you seemed just like a fan doing the interviews. It didn't seem like you were just scripted, and that's what appealed to me. And that's why I remember I friended you, and we went back and forth with messages. And I remember in February of 2018, you messaged me to come up to your house for the interview with Corey Lowery, and that
oh,
was it, man. That was the start of it.
yeah, dude, that's really cool. That was a turning point because when I had Corey Lowery on here, you were there, and that's the first time I had Nathan on the show. Nathan on the show. Nathan filming my show. I had a whole new crew, whole new setup, and you were there too. So that's something I'll never forget. Yeah, that was the first time
Man,
I
the
used Kind
transition.
Punk with Nathan, and but yeah, man, you hit it off real well, and I've had you've come to several interviews, right? I mean, you've been.
Yeah, yeah, man. You've had me, man, for gosh, so many with the head when he came back. Clint and gosh, you had me with so many other ones, man. You had me with gosh, this, Richard Ward,
Yeah,
the Duke, Ravazzi, and
well, they.
Jose Mankin.
Oh yeah, Jose was cool.
Yeah,
The
man.
I think like the best experience though is us when we went to the Korn concert and we got backstage, and I mean that was
Oh
so.
man, dude, that was the best, and that's something that's gonna forever stay with me, man. That whole experience. You're right. That the night before the concert where you actually interviewed had, and then the night after when we went to the concert, and gosh, man, that is a memory that's forever gonna stay with me. It was awesome.
Yes, Morgan Rose was hanging out with us. It was
That's
cool,
right. That's right. That's right.
man. I tell you, like I've given out like so many good company shirts to everybody I interview. But Paul gives Brian Welch from Korn a shirt, and Brian Welch wears it every day. He wears it in his documentaries. He wears it like on
Dude,
YouTube
I
videos.
was that tripped me out because I was just like, I had no clue that he was just gonna wear it like that. I gave it to him, and I expressed how, what I was doing my platform and what it was about, and I gave it to him and told him like, I want to give this to you as somebody who's inspired me and influenced me as a musician, and he just took it and ran with it, man. I was just like, wow, I'm seeing all these videos and he's actually wearing it in these interviews that he's doing and photos he's taking, so it's just a reminder to me, man, how awesome it is to have somebody that I looked up to just, supporting a platform that I was doing, man. So I'm just like, guys, it's awesome, man. So cool.
I, I love that picture you take when right after a corn golf stage, we were hanging out with Brian, and you were showing him videos, or weren't you showing like videos that you were
Yeah,
taking?
that was so cool. Yeah, because what it was is I got a video of Korn when at a concert in between their songs. So this was just like a jam session that they were doing in between the set, and it sounded so good to me, man. I was like, I gotta let him see this. So that picture is me showing him then when they were jamming up there, and I was like, dude, y'all gotta do something with this. I was like, because this sounds too good to just be a throwaway. I said, y'all need to make that to the song. He was like, yeah, that's been something that we've been playing around with while we were touring and stuff. So who knows, man? It just sounded really good. I just thought it was cool that he was really looking at that video when I showed it to him.
Okay, so I have on my notes like PLD Media. When did you start this idea?
So I started that back around the time um, when I went to your house for the Corey interview. I had this idea of starting a platform up, because I love music, and and I wanted to do something that was going to be gravitated towards that and the things that I'm passionate about. And so I was like, let me start up something. I want to do something that's going to really play to the things I feel that God has given me. I love God. I love music. I love people, and those are all just parts of me. I can't pull myself away from it. And I wanted to make a platform that I would think that will serve people through, music, empowerment, inspiration, creativity, the things that people really know me by, and just making a platform out of it. So that's where it stemmed from. And then my mom passed away in March of 2018. That just, it lit a fire under me. Sometimes when people have such a hard passing like that in life, you either become stagnant and you get in this place where you don't want to do anything, or you get to a place where you just like, I got to do something. And that's what happened to me. It's like I had time to grieve, but now I was like, you know what? I have to do something that's going to be purposeful in my life, that's going to give back to people and help me to leave a legacy like my mom did. She did so much for so many people. So I was like, I want to do something where it, has my passions in life, but it's also giving back to people. And that's what PLD Media is. It's still something that's evolving as it goes. And but I'm excited about it, man. I got so many things planned in the future. I want to do a EP this year, basically as a tribute to her. And I got something really flashed out I want to do with a documentary, kind of documenting the last 2 days of her life and how that affected me and my family, and then having to deal with the aftermath of her passing away and the grieving process. And I want to do that not only just as a tribute to her, but there's so many people that I know who lost people within the past 2 years. I got so many people on Facebook that I know that I see that have lost people too. So I want to do something for people like that as well, who are grieving and having issues with grieving, to kind of give back to those people as well.
Yeah, dude, that is so great. I love what you're doing. I mean, that's amazing.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Yeah, and when you're doing this documentary, that would be really cool if we can get like Nathan involved, maybe to shoot some stuff, because he's, I mean,
Dude, that'd be great.
Yeah, that really is amazing. I love like when you make these videos and post them online, you really like uplift people, and you just have this positive vibe about you it's really, really awesome. It's genuine. I really like it. It's really cool.
Thank you so much, Scott, man. And that's why I put myself out there. I mean, some of the videos people can see I get emotional at times with it, because I just, I really feel that I have to live a life that is giving back to people. Like, my life is not my own. I really understand that, especially being a believer, that my life is not my own, and I have to live a life that's going to give back to people. I just cannot just think about myself solely. And if I can use any experience or any wisdom that I can give back to the people in my circle to help uplift them, empower them, encourage them, I'm going to do that to the day I die. So, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's really cool. You can almost like start a YouTube channel just to like giving advice and stuff, man, because I'm sure a lot of people will look up to you. I mean, they look up to you now.
I
It's really
appreciate that, Scott, man.
So I got my notes here. So Sevendust. When did you first get into Sevendust? How'd you get into them?
Wow, now that's always an interesting thing, because that when I first got into metal, it was Korn that got me into metal. So that was the first time I got my feet wet with the whole rock and metal thing. And then Sevendust came. I heard Angel's Son. I was like, wow. This is such a good song. I heard it on MTV back when MTV was a big thing. And I saw that video, and it really captivated me with the melody. And I would see the music videos for like Waffle and Denial, and I would listen to them, but I wasn't fully drawn in just yet. I don't know why. Being a fan now, I'm like, well, I was not into it when I heard those two songs the first time, because they're banging songs. But it was, believe it or not, it was the song "Live Again." It was that song.
Absolutely.
When I heard it on the radio back on 99X, when 99X was on the Atlanta radio station in Atlanta, and I heard "Live Again" on the radio, and it was something about that song. I was just like, man. And it's crazy, because once I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, these are the same guys that did the song "Angel's Son." And I was like, okay, I need to get this down. So I went to the store and bought Animosity, and that was it. I was sold. I was just like, man, I'm a fan for life now. That was the album, and it's funny that seems to be what people consider the commercially hot album of Sevendust. But as we all know, Sevendust fans, we are a Sevendust family. We know all the catalog is awesome and amazing in its own right, but it was Animosity that just really did it for me. Just that album front to back, just it's a perfect album to me. It's just like every song is awesome.
Me too. That's one of my all-time favorite albums, actually. To be honest with you. I mean, Animosity is just, it's the most underrated. I mean, you're right. Every
It
song,
really is.
when they play that live, in which Morgan has said it's going to happen, man, dude, me and you are
Oh,
going to be there.
oh
'Cause,
man, definitely, man,
yeah.
definitely. And that's the thing too. Growing up in that time with all the acts that were coming out back then, I just always had this just like I don't know. I always just had this inner just. I was just mad. I was just like, why are these guys at the forefront? Because I mean, they had everything. They had the heaviness, the melodies, they had everything that was captivating about bands at that time. And it was not that for all Sevendust fans. It's just like feel the same way. You know that they should have been one of those top tier, one of the top names at that point. But we know Sevendust fans are such a grassroots, and you know we're fans till the end. So.
Absolutely. I loved like the Sevendust fan page and or the group or whatever we have on Facebook. That's incredible, right? I mean, it's just like a
Absolutely,
community
man.
of
Shout out
fans.
to them, man, because the
Yeah,
people in that group are just so amazing, man. I
everybody.
love them, and it's crazy how big that family has grown. It just continues to grow, and it's just a testament to Sevendust to be around as long as they have been and still just gaining family. It's just amazing.
It is, man. So what do you think about the three songs that Clint has posted? I mean, which one's your
Oh
favorite?
man, oh my gosh, you know what's so funny? I was Alive was like my favorite one, but before you started this interview just now, this intro, I heard the snippet of his song about his daughter.
Yes,
She's free. Oh my gosh, man! Just hearing that, I'm like that. That's to me like it's my favorite. I didn't hear the whole song. It was amazing, man.
dude. Yeah, and yeah, I have a 8-year-old daughter. I'm like, oh, man, it just I love it. I love it, man.
It's
That's I
awesome.
can already tell it's gonna be my favorite song.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you can hit, and that's what I love about Clint, man. It's when it comes to him, his songwriting is just it's amazing, and he's so genuine. He sings with such a conviction, and you know the songs that he makes are just real. And to make a song like that, I love that he makes songs that are just about life, and it's just not just his random song. To make something like that for his daughter is just amazing to me.
It is, dude. Yeah, it's genius, man. I love Clint, man.
Absolutely, man.
So, what's the? Oh, I love these new videos you're posting too. You got a new camera and everything going.
Yeah,
The quality is awesome.
dude, thank you, Scott. That means a lot, man. Because I'm telling you, if people realize how much I had to sit and watch YouTube videos on how to utilize that camera, man, because it's much different than trying to use the iPhone, you know, an iPhone versus a Fujifilm camera, a real camera. But I mean, sitting there and learning the settings that you have to use, and then the lighting effects, man. That's why I have such appreciation for Nathan and what he does, man, and
Oh
you know the
yeah, yeah,
guys that work with him for Con Punk, man, because it takes skill to do things like that, and just trying to teach
absolutely.
yourself that in itself is frustrating, but it's also gratifying when you actually learn how to use it.
Yes, when they're doing it's like every time I do an interview, they're coming up with new lighting like systems and ways of doing it.
It's
I have
crazy,
no idea what
man.
they're doing. I mean, they're bringing tinfoil, like covering stuff
I
up.
know,
Like, this is crazy.
I know, man.
It takes
Like
them
some
an
type of
hour
science
to set up the
experience.
lighting, so it's
It's
nuts.
crazy. I don't. You know, I'm not surprised because you know my setup and doing it too. It's like I'll film something just to test things out, and it's crazy just with light and placement how much time it takes. And I see now why it takes the time it does for them because it's crazy trying to get it right.
So when this interview that's going to be released with this podcast, I did this back in 2018, and today, or yeah, 2018, and today I went back and listened to it, and I was kind of like, oh, it's so hard. I kind of cringe when I hear my old interviews, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So my question to you, Paul, is that you film a lot of videos. Do you ever go back and watch them, or do you ever like critique them, like, oh, I should have said this, or I should have fixed this, or
Oh
do you ever hard on
God,
yourself?
yes, man, all the time. And the funny thing is, people don't realize how many times I do the videos I do now. Sometimes, off the whim, I'll do one like do a straight shot or once or twice take. But a lot of times, I'm sitting there and I'm doing take after take after take because I feel like I didn't say something right or I missed something. And of course, Facebook memories don't help too. When I see videos from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm just like, oh God, or I did a cover of a song and I can hear when I did the notes wrong. I'm like, I actually uploaded this like this.
Yeah, so we're
I'm like,
like
is that
our
the
own
best I
worst
could
critic, right?
do? Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, man. Yes. It's horrible, man, because I can sit there and hear where I screw up on some of those songs I did covers of, and I get comments people like, man, it sounded great, but I'm just out there beat myself up because I know the places where I could have did it better. And I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, and now I've like for me, I've gotten to the point now where when I'm doing the interviews, I'm in the moment. We're going like I'll say something in the interview and go, "Oh, I'm gonna regret. Oh, why did I say that?" Now I'm gonna think about it when I watch it back again. Like I get caught up in my head now in the moment. Like,
Yeah,
but
you know what's so
it's
amazing
learned.
though, Scott, man, when I see you do it, man, it's amazing that every time I've come and seen you do an interview, how you never stop at all. I've just been so amazed at how you just
Oh,
do
thank you.
one long just take, and that's awesome to me, man, because it's just I've never seen something like that where you just sit down, you just let the interview flow, and there's no stopping. And you've done that every single time I've been there. I think that's so cool that people probably don't even realize.
Wow, thank you, man. That means a lot.
Yeah,
That I
man.
think like the ultimate test for me was which I love this guy to death, but the hardest interview, I always say this was HR from Bad Brains because
Oh man, I remember
we
you
didn't
saying
stop the interview, but he didn't say much during the interview, so I was sweating during that one. So that was, but I mean, man, he was the best guy ever. It was like during the moment, I was like, I wish I had more experience right now.
yeah,
Like, I wish I needed about a good 5 years, of interviewing to pull through on that one. But anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, man, I appreciate that. That's awesome. And so when people hear this interview or this intro with us, the new Clint Lowery album will be out. It's coming out Friday, man.
Yeah, man. It's like Christmas time for me, man. Anytime, anything, a solo album for anybody in Sevendust or just a Sevendust album in general, I'm just always just like a little kid in the candy store, man, counting down the days.
So we got that email because I know you posted about like that
Yeah,
confirmation thing. So maybe we'll get it before Friday. You never know,
that's what
right?
I'm hoping, man. I was hoping that we might get it maybe Thursday or even tomorrow. I mean, I know that's what you're thinking, but man, I would love that, man.
That would be awesome. I
Do I
know.
get the hoodie edition? Yeah.
Yeah, I love all that stuff, man. I got the vinyl too. Did you get the vinyl?
I did get the vinyl, man. I might have to get that one too, man. I'm such a nerd when it comes to that. I might have to order that one.
All right, Paul. That's cool, man. It's really good talking to you, and we got to do this again for sure.
Yes, man. Absolutely. Absolutely, Scott, man. I got to come see you, man, too.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. I got and next month I got. Do you remember that band Orgy?
Yeah, yeah.
They used to be on tour with like Korn and Limp Bizkit back in the day.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But they had that song Blue Monday. It was like the cover song. But anyway,
That's right.
yeah. So Seth, I interviewed Seth from Crazy Town, and he hooked me up with that interview with Jay Gordon, the singer of Orgy.
Oh, yeah, the
So I
singer.
got that.
Oh, man.
Oh, and also I'm kind of rambling here, but I've been talking to. I'm going to do another pick three, which I'll definitely let you know when we figure out the date. But it's going to be. This is all brand new. I haven't told anybody this. It's going to be
Oh,
Corey Lowry, Rich Ward, and Morgan Rose.
oh my gosh, man. I got to come for that one.
How
I
cool is
definitely got to
that?
come for that one. Have all three of them, too, man. Oh, my gosh.
The best interviews are the ones I'm not in, so I'm just setting it up.
Oh, man.
Guys, come
No,
over.
don't say it.
I'll do the intro.
Don't say it. You're so funny. That's
That's all.
not true, man. It's all good.
Hey, Paul, man, I appreciate it, man. And I'd love to have you back on the show. And everybody, stay tuned because my interview with Clint Lowery is coming up. And Paul, is there any last things you want to say?
Oh, you know what? Actually, if you go to my Facebook page, they can go to my personal page or they can go to PLD Media. I'm actually going to have my website launching soon. That's going to be pld/media.com. I'm hoping to have that up in a couple of weeks. And yeah, it's going to be the place people want to go to stay tuned on my videos. I'm going to have videos, of course, covers. I'm going to have just more stuff that's going to be able to, they're going to be able to keep in touch with my EPs I'm going to be working on this year as well, too. So that's going to be the place to be.
That's great, man. I'm looking forward to seeing all this new stuff you're working on. It's really cool, man.
Yeah, thank you, Scott, man. I
Glad
appreciate you, brother.
we're friends, and this is an awesome meeting you. And cool. All right, man. So here's my interview with Clint Lowery talking about his new solo album, and it's kind of interesting to hear his take on what he was planning on making the album, kind of doing different sounds, and so it'd be kind of cool to listen to it. So please stay tuned. I have a hard time hearing it because I want to critique myself, but it's all good. I gotta get past that part. I gotta just like listen to the interview and pretend it's not me. So anyway, all right, guys. Thank you, and thank you, Paul, brother.
Thank you, Scott. Love you, man.
Love you too, man.